there's three sort of main trends that I'm seeing in terms of the articles that editors are looking for at the moment. One of them is the listicles. They're great for SEO for them. They get a lot of traffic to the site, so they're quite strategic with them, and they're doing more and more and more of them. So obviously that's like quite an online focus. The other thing that I'm seeing is a lot of demand for, I'm not sure the best way of phrasing it, but you know, this is the undiscovered or less crowded version of insert your most like, yeah, Boston, New York, wherever, you know, alternatives to the main hubs. I think that people are looking for less crowded, less obvious places. They're looking for less crowded, less obvious times to go, so shoulder seasons. They're looking for the different experiences that they can have during those times. So a lot of the headlines on some of the major newspapers in the UK at the moment, travel sections are discover the lesser touristic region of blah, which is a great alternative to whatever it is. And then the third big one is the personal experience. So I went here and did this, and it's putting the writer as the centre of the story, which is not something that I'm like, you know, massively used to doing, but more and more editors want to see a place through a person's eyes, and often there's a relevance to whichever writer that is. So I guess the challenge is out there for you guys to look for somebody that is the appropriate person to tell a story about your region, your destination, your town, that can bring a unique personal perspective to it. So some of them are ancestry roots, you know, rediscovering the place that somebody's mother grew up, for example. That's what I was reading this morning. There's, there's an endless sort of stream of possibilities with those kind of stories, but I think it's all about that personal connection, about rooting a sense of place in the people that are there and the emotional attachment that you can have to it. One of my biggest tips for building an itinerary for media is show, don't tell. We need to get our hands dirty, we need to experience something. Going around, you know, a lot of appointments in one day and just like seeing a museum or something is not the same as rolling up your sleeves and, you know, getting stuck in with something. I write much more colourfully and vividly when I have an emotional connection to something that I've actually done. So get us doing things rather than seeing things. So, you know, if you've got a maritime museum, that's brilliant. We want to go there. We need the backstory on the locality and everything to do with that. But we need to go and, you know, meet the shipbuilders or sail the ship, whatever it is, just get us